Top 10 Most Haunted Places on Earth. It doesn't matter if you believe in ghosts or not, towns across the United States are full of terrifying tales that have been passed down from generation to generation. We have compiled a list of some of the most terrifying locations in the United States, which includes haunted strongholds as well as terrible tales of agony and death. Searching for other more terrifying locations? If you answered yes, you have to watch this video. In this video, we will discuss the top 10 most haunted locations on the face of the earth. Number 10. Moundsville Prison. Over its more than a century of operation, the Moundsville Prison in West Virginia was known as one of the most dangerous correctional facilities in the United States. It also served as the final destination for nearly 1,000 violent offenders. Because the prisoners were confined to such small spaces, there were frequent outbreaks of violence. A significant number of male inmates were executed by being hung or put in the electric chair, while others were killed by other inmates. Although the jail was shut down in 1995, some people believe that the tortured spirits of those who were held there are still present behind bars and in the depths of the building. These spirits can be seen or heard while touring the prison. Number 9. The Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Beginning in 1864, this institution, which was once known as the Weston State Hospital, served as a home for thousands of persons suffering from mental illness. Until the institution was shut down in 1994, this location was responsible for the deaths of hundreds of people. The asylum grounds were used as a military station during the period of the Civil War, and it is believed that this is where the spirits that are alleged to haunt the location today originated. Paranormal tours of the site include visits lasting 2 hours each to the 4 most active locations within the asylum. The more extreme ghost hunt is an overnight paranormal excursion that lasts for 8 hours and is led by expert ghost hunting guides. Number 8. Villisca Axe Murder Home. The ancient white frame house located at 508E 2nd Street on June 10, 1912, became the location of a gruesome crime scene. The small community of Villisca, Iowa, was shaken to its core when Josiah B. Moore, his wife, their 4 children, and 2 young girls who were staying overnight were brutally murdered, and the perpetrator of the crime was never discovered. The previous occupants of the house claimed to have witnessed a guy wielding an axe, children sobbing, and other unexplained paranormal phenomena over several years. The house was brought back to its previous state in 1994, and at that time it did not have any indoor plumbing or electricity. Lamplight tours are offered from April to November, and overnight experiences are available for groups by reservation. These details contribute to the eerie atmosphere of the tours and overnight experiences. Number 7. Sammy Dean. Jerome, Arizona, is a town that was formerly used for copper mining and has a reputation that extends back to the Wild West for having paranormal activity. The population of the town has decreased to 400 people, down from 15,000 when it was at its peak, but local mythology has it that there are many more spectral residents left behind from the days when there were mining accidents and gunfights. A well-known ghost is that of working girl Sammy Dean, a prostitute who was killed in the Old Crib district by a client. Sammy Dean is said to haunt the area. Her lovely ghost is said to still be wandering around, looking for her assailant, who was never caught. Number 6. The Havana Club. Located in the Ybor City area of Tampa is the Cuban Club, which is also referred to as the Círculo Cubano de Tampa. Immigrants from Cuba frequented this location in 1917 because it featured a ballroom, an outdoor band shell, and a cantina that had a stage and a dance floor. Nowadays, the complex, which is listed on the National Historic Register so that it can be preserved for future generations, plays host to concerts and other special events. It is also the location of many ghost stories, including those of specters playing the piano and riding the elevators. Number 5. Fort Mifflin. Fort Mifflin, which was constructed in 1771, is the only Revolutionary War battlefield in the country that has not been destroyed. 14 structures have been renovated on the grounds of the Delaware River, and there are supposedly many ghosts from years gone by. The screams of a lady who was supposed to be one of the ghosts who haunt the fort are said to be so loud that the Philadelphia police have been summoned to investigate, but when they arrive, they find that no one is there. A faceless guy who is said to stroll about the fort, a tour guide dressed in revolutionary clothing, a large number of youngsters and dogs, and other animals are also mentioned in the local ghost legends. Number 4. Brewery on the Moon River. Although the Moon River Brewery first opened its doors in Savannah in 1999, the structure that houses the business dates back to 1821, making it one of the oldest in the city. Its first name was the City Hotel, and it was a luxurious establishment that had a checkered past during the time of the American Civil War. During violent confrontations, men were slain in the hotel, including a Yankee who was beaten to death by locals in the year 1860. Other men were also killed in the hotel. Some people who frequent bars nowadays claim that they have witnessed guests being pushed, caressed, and even slapped by unseen forces. They have also reported seeing bottles unexpectedly fly through the air. It is reported that a local ghost by the name of Toby may be seen lurking around the pool room in search of the next exciting bar fight. Number 3. The Royal Palace of the Sultan. A beautiful example of traditional architecture in the French Quarter, the home located at 716 Dauphine Street has wrought iron balconies and a spacious interior courtyard. During the 1800s, however, this property was a house of horrors for the Sultan. The Sultan was a wealthy man who led a filthy lifestyle and had several wives and children, as well as a harem of women and young boys who were held against their will. Neighbors grumbled about this man's odd routines, which included his propensity for partying, using opiates, and torturing people. The death of the Sultan, who was found buried alive in the courtyard after a carnage in which his family and harem were butchered to pieces by an unknown assailant, was the greatest mystery in the house. He had been buried alive in the courtyard. It is believed that his angry spirit is responsible for the strange noises, the loud music, and the strong incense smells that waft from the home today. It is also believed to be responsible for the unwelcome advances that have been made to previous female residents, who swear the Sultan is still up to his old tricks of groping female visitors. Number 2. The Eastern State Prison, Eastern State. The Eastern State Prison may be the eeriest location in the whole of Philadelphia. A huge amount of money and a large amount of space were put into the construction of the first prison of its sort. It was notorious for its stringent restrictions, which promoted isolation and punishment and were driven by the ideals of the Quakers. The sole source of light was a skylight, which was supposed to provide the inmates the light of God. Prison guards began donning hoods whenever detainees walked outside their cells, and the only source of light was a skylight. Tortured souls, such as Slick Willie Sutton, continue to vengefully haunt the grounds even to this day. Number 1. The White House. According to legend, one of the most haunted homes in the United States is also its most well-known. Legend has it that a few of the people who lived there had such a strong connection to the nation's capital that they opted to continue living there even after they had passed away. If you listen to the rumors, the soul of Dolly Madison likes to hang out in the Rose Garden, while the spirit of Abigail Adams, John Adams's wife, is said to hang out the washing in the East Room. Of course, the Lincoln bedroom is rumored to be the location where Honest Abe may pay a visit. How was the video? Did you enjoy it? Post your feedback in our comment section below. And subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates.